Dear students, today I am going to discuss the third unit of the story Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish, written by Steve Jobs, and it is the most inspirational, most motivating story, life story of the writer, which is just like joining three dots, three different events that betook in the life of the narrator. And in this last unit, as you know, the narrator delineates the last part of his life about his idea of death, about confronting death, encountering death, which is quite important, quite meaningful for all the graduating students, for all those who are out of the universities in the quest of some profession, some livelihood. Now, when the narrator was about 17 years old, he was born in the year 1955. 17 years old, he came across a quotation just like this: suppose this is your last day. That means, suppose death comes to you today, then if you go on telling yourself this again and again almost daily, that means if you live each day as if it was your last day, तमे जदि प्रत्येक दिन को तुम जीवन शेष दिन बोली भाविकी बंची जाओ ताले कौन हम? डेफिनेटली ए डे विल कम व्हेन इट विल बी ट्रू. निश्चित दिन ना दिने तुम कथा सत्य हम, तमाने दिन ना दिने तमे मरी जीवो. And with this idea, the writer lived for another 33 years, from 17 till he was 50. For another 33 years, always he stood before the mirror and asked himself, suppose this is the last day of your life, would you like to live as you have planned to live? प्रत्येक दिन सकाळे लेखक दर्पण आगे ठिया होइकि ड्रेसिंग टेबल ठिया होइकि निजको पचारती, जदि आज तुम जीवन शेष दिन हुए ताले तमे जो प्रकार आज जीवन अतिबाहित करिया पे चाहूछ सेमिति करिवो कि? नाउ व्हेन द आंसर फ्रॉम हिज इनर वॉइस वाज नो फॉर सेवरल डेज, he felt there must be a change in his attitude to life, in his approach to life, in his way of living. Now, it is a very good idea, and when you remember that death is inevitable and it is quite important for everybody's life, and there is no choice about it, definitely all your aspirations, all your physical and mental desires, all your wishes, all your expectations, all your pride, all your fear of a frustration, fear of a failure, your everything will have no meaning, because all these things will be turned to nothing by death. And when this idea comes to you, that when I die, all my pride, all my fear, all my expectations, all my frustrations will have no meaning, they will come to dust, they will come to nothingness. Definitely you are bound to do something noble, something great, because when death is a must, death is inevitable, there is no reason why not to follow your intuition, your heart, Now, in this way, he went on spending his days, his months and his years. ତେଣୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ଜାଣୁଛନ୍ତି ମୃତ୍ୟୁ ହିଁ ଜୀବନର ସର୍ବଶେଷ ଅନ୍ତିମ ଯାତ୍ରା, ଆଉ ମୃତ୍ୟୁ ପାଖରେ କୌଣସି ଗର୍ବ ଅହଙ୍କାର ଆଶା ଆକାଂକ୍ଷାର କୌଣସି ମୂଲ୍ୟ ନଥାଏ, ମୃତ୍ୟୁ ହିଁ ସବୁକିଛି ଧୂଳିସାତ କରିଦିଏ, ତାହେଲେ ଆମେ କାହିଁକି ନିଜର ଯେଉଁଟା ମନ ଯେଉଁଟା ଚାହୁଁଛି, ହୃଦୟ ଯେଉଁଟା ଚାହୁଁଛି, ଆମେ ସେଇଭଳିଆ କାହିଁ ନ ବଞ୍ଚିବା। One fine morning, just a year before, that means when he was 49, he consulted doctor and he was diagnosed cancer in the pancreas. After biopsy, it was detected that he was going to die. His doctor advised him, told him that he was going to die within 3 to 6 months. ତେଣୁ ଦିନେ ସକାଳେ ତାଙ୍କର ପରୀକ୍ଷା କରାଗଲା, ସ୍କାନିଂ କରାଗଲା ଏବଂ ଡକ୍ଟର କହିଲେ ଯେ ତୁମକୁ କ୍ୟାନ୍ସର ହେଇଛି। କେଉଁଠି? ଗୋଟେ ରେୟାର ଟାଇପ୍ ଅଫ୍ କ୍ୟାନ୍ସର। ଦେର୍ ୱାଜ୍ ଏ ମାସ୍, ଏ ଟ୍ୟୁମର in his pancreas and it was quite harmful, quite dangerous. He might die within 3 to 6 months. तामाने से जो कैंसर से 3 मास 6 मास भितर मरीजे। दैट मीन्स he had to tie up his beddings. He had to become prepared to bid goodbye to his kith and kin, to his family members, to his businessmen, everything. Now, that means he had to become prepared to get everything ready within a span of 3 to 6 months, what he would have completed in the next 10 years. तामाने डॉक्टर को परामर्श अनुसार तांकर जहाँ किसी व्यावसायिक हो, पारिवारिक हो, जहाँ किसी व्यापार रही ताकू से 3 मास रु 6 मास भितर सब सारिया को पड़ो, कहीं तापर आर बचार कौन अवकाश ना। नाउ ये कवि लेखक कौन भावुंट ताने जोटा को से परवर्ती 10 वर्ष भितर करने को चाही था, जो कामटा 10 वर्ष सरी था बर्तमान से 3 ରୁ 6 मास भितर सारिया को पड़ो। कहीं ना वी कैन नॉट इवेट डेथ, वी मे इवेट टैक्सेस, we may evade our responsibilities, but we cannot evade our ultimate reality, that is death. Now he was quite fortunate, he was quite lucky, because throughout the day he was living in the apprehension of that last chance, that is death. And towards the evening, when the biopsy report came, the doctors started crying because he was suffering from a rare type of cancer which could be cured through surgery. दिन जाक से मरीजार जो भय, कैंसर रे आउ तार बंचार जो आशंका नहीं, से जो चिंतार दिन बीती जाइए। संध्या को से पैंक्रियास रू केतरा सेल नि फॉर बायोप्सी देखागला तांकर गोटे विरल प्रकार कैंसर होती पैंक्रियास जोटा कि ऑपरेशन माध्यम रे भल हो पार। नाउ तेणु इट वाज ए वेरी प्लीजेंट टाइम फॉर हिम। फाइनली ही अंडरवेंट सर्जरी and he is living now. Now the writer becomes quite practical, quite realistic, and he says death is such a thing, nobody wants to die. Everybody, even a person, a centenarian, a person he has lived up to 100 years, even does not die, does not want to die. Even those prophets, those wise people, those who are giving different sermons, they even do not want to die, even when they are assured of securing a seat in the heaven. आम जदि किए कहे तुम मला पर स्वर्ग को जीव तथापि आम मरियापी कहीं प्रस्तुत हबानी कहीं चाहिए ना आमको 100 वर्ष हो जाऊ आम कष्ट पाउथिबा स्टिल देन वी डू नॉट लाइक टू डाई एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू द राइटर we know people are dying around us. We know even if we pull a blanket over us and feign to be asleep, we cannot escape from death, from the hands of God of death. Now death is just like the single best invention of life. The single best invention of life is death, and this death is a life changing agent. It changes life, it clears away the old, giving their places to the young ones, and a time will come when the same young ones will grow old and they will have to clear away. तेणु मृत्यु एक परिवर्तन सूचक से गोटे एजेंट जे कि परिवर्तन आने वृद्ध लोक मैंने चली जाती स्थान नियंती नेक्स्ट जेनेरेशन लोक मैंने से भी बुढ़ा हो जाती पुणी तार परवर्ती जेनेरेशन पिला माने से माने पोजिशन को आसती जस्ट लाइक द बॉटम लीफ ऑफ ए पाम ट्री इट फॉल्स डाउन नेक्स्ट कम्स द टर्न ऑफ द सेकेंड palm leaf just like this. Now here the writer gives a very important life changing advice to the young people, those who are assembled in their convocation ceremony, and he says that my time has come, people of my age, their time has come to bid goodbye to this mundane world, and you are the next generation, but remember your time is limited. We cannot spend time idly, because once a moment, a second, a minute is elapsed, it will not come back. Suppose we are expecting a lifespan of 100 years, and suppose we are already 50, that means we are supposed to live for another 50 years, not 100 years. And if we go on sleeping, we go on idling away, passing time this way or that way without doing any noble work, time will not wait for us, and when our ultimate reality comes, when the last moment comes, we will have to take leave of others whether we have completed our work or not. तेणु पिला मानक से उपदेश दौरान तुम समय हूँ सीमित, एंड डोंट वेस्ट योर टाइम हाउ लिविंग इन अदर्स वेज. मोस्ट ऑफन very significant, very important for us, most often we follow others, just like monkeys we try to imitate others. That means we are trying to live someone else's life. We forget that Rama is Rama and Syama is Syama. Rama can never become Syama or Syama become Rama. आम समस्ते जानी जड़े जिते प्रकार चाहिए अन्य भली हो पार ना, जगते केवल जने हसबे यही तो फल. By imitating the steps of a swan, a crane cannot become a swan. By imitating the lifestyle of a cow, a pig cannot become a cow. Only he or she will become a laughing stock. तेणु आमे केबे हेले अन्य मान को होपाई बा अन्य मान को अनुसरण करी बंसिया पई चेष्टा करबा ठीक हो नाही. कहीं ना आउ कोन ना वी शुड नॉट बी स्टॉक टू डॉगमास. समटाइम्स वी एक्सेप्ट थिंग्स, we accept them as our ideas without knowing the reason why. Sometimes we believe blindly before our reasoning power, our rational power develops. Now the writer advises the gathering, don't let the noise of others, voice of others, options of others, advices of others drown your own inner voice. बेले बेले कौन होती ना बहुत लोग आमको परामर्श दियंती, उपदेश दियंती, एमिति कर सेमिति कर इत्यादि इत्यादि. They advise us to follow this career, that career. But if we really do not want that career, that is not our favorite one, that we do not like that profession, we should not accept that. By accepting others' advice, we ignore, we negate, we submerge our own inner voice, our intuition. Therefore, as usual, the writer says, find out what is your pastime, find out the work you most love, and after finding out your pastime, your favorite thing, your passion, your profession, which is best for you, you think to be, then only settle down, then only go ahead. Now, don't bargain your intuition, your love of profession for others' sake. Now, when the writer was a young one, he happened to read a Bible book entitled The Whole Earth Catalog, and it was compiled by Stewart Brand. Now, it was much before the computers, the desktops, the laptops were invented, and it was in the late 1960s, 30 years before the computer was invented. Personal computers and desktops were invented. Now, and again it was also 35 years before the Google in paperback form was invented. Now, at that time the writer was reading this The Whole Earth Catalog. ଯେତେବେଳେ लेखक स्टीव जॉब्स युवक थिले से समय सौभाग्यवशत से दि होल एर्थ कैटलॉग जोटा कि गोटे स्टीवार्ट ब्रांड को द्वारा गोटे संस्करण करा जाइथिला जोटा कि पेपर बैक रे करा हितला सेतेले तमर कोनोसी कंप्यूटर डेस्कटॉप एगुडा सब नथिला तेणु एटा टाइप करा हितला तेणु सेथिरे से पढ़िथिले एंड द लास्ट एडिशन ऑफ दिस paperback, the whole earth catalog, that Bible was published in the year 1960, late 1960s, and at this time it was the mid of 1970s. Now, the last edition, the bottom part of this edition, towards the end of this edition, 2 sentences were written, and these 2 changed the life of the writer, because he was young, he was very aspiring, he was trying to accept new ideas, he wanted to change his own situation in life. Now, he was quite deeply influenced by the 2 sentences which appeared at the bottom part of this last edition of the Whole Earth Catalog, which was published in the mid of 1970 towards 1975. Now, what were they? Stay hungry, stay foolish. Now, the last 2 sentences written at the bottom part of this, the Whole Earth Catalog, this Bible, has become the title of the story you are going to read, and it is prescribed for you. Stay hungry, stay foolish. What does it mean? Why is it so important for the young generation? Now, stay hungry does not mean to fast or to go without food. Stay foolish does not mean don't grow wise, don't become intelligent, don't become conscious and aware. They have different implications, they are different meanings. Stay hungry, it is referring to the hunger of the mind. That means never feel satisfied. Whatever you have gained, whatever you have acquired as your knowledge, don't say that you are educated, don't say that you have a sound and thorough knowledge, don't say that you know everything. Stay hungry माने सबले क्षुधित रुह, तार अर्थ केबे हेले तुमे भास्फोट मार नहीं, केबे हेले तुमे गर्व कर नहीं जे तुमे सब जानी दीच बोली. ता माने जदि जणे भाबिबो जे मु सब जानी देइछि, अधिक जानिबा पई तार आग्रह रहिबो नाही. If you have drunk a glass of water, you will never feel thirsty. Similarly, you must have some inquisition, you must have some quest, you must have some thirst, some appetite for knowing more and more. Knowledge is just like a sinking star. As you go forward, just like the receding offing, distant offing, it goes away from your claws. जेमिति आमे दिग्बलय जेते आमे पाखु पाखु जाउथुवा से दिग्बलय दूरे जाउथुवा, सेमिति ज्ञान एक एपरि जिनिस जोरा कि गोटे सिंकिंग स्टार भली आउ क्रम घुंची घुंची जाउथुवा दिग्बलय भली. And the moment we think that we know nothing, we are ignorant, we are stupid fellows, we are bogus fellows, we are numbskulls, we are foolish, then only we will have some motivation, some desire to learn more and more. आमे यदि निजको पंडित बोली भाबिबा, निजको आमे बुद्धिमान बोली भाबिबा, ताहले आम जीवन में जो ज्ञान हासिल करने पई जो इच्छा थाए से इच्छा आउ रहिबो नाही. कहीं ना देयर कम्स ए फुल स्टॉप द मोमेंट वी थिंक दैट वी आर वाइज. आम भलिया ज्ञानी कहीं नहांती, आम भलिया पंडित बुद्धिया कहीं नहांती, कि आम भलिया पंडित कहीं नहांती. तेणु इफ यू वांट टू गो अहेड, मार्च acquire more, then adopt this line, stay hungry, stay foolish. And thank you all, my dear students. I think these lines must be accepted, adopted and translated in your life if you wish to become great in life. मु भावुची तुम्हें जो धाड़ी जो माने आमर गपर जो टाइटल रही स्टे हंग्री स्टे फुलिश, सेटा को जीवन रे आदर्श बोली ग्रहण करिवो. जदि तुम्हें ताको आदर्श बोली ग्रहण करिवो, निश्चित तुम जीवन में महान हो पार, जड़े ज्ञानी हो पार, जड़े गुणी हो पार. फ्रॉम दी ग्रास रूट लेवल, फ्रॉम दी बॉटम पार्ट, फ्रॉम दी ग्राउंड लेवल, यू कैन स्कोर हाई, यू कैन सोर हाई, यू कैन find your own decay in the society. Thank you all. Bye.